So in the rule of law, is there a gray area?
The two candidates for Wisconsin Supreme Court met Friday night in their first debate since the primary. Mike Boucher moderated the debate between Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Rebecca Dallett and Sauk County Circuit Court Judge Michael Skrenak. They clashed over special interest money, values, and the National Rifle Association.
The National Rifle Association endorsement, the NRA said they're proud to endorse you. Are you proud to accept their endorsement?
This has become an issue because of what's happened in Florida. And I want to begin by saying that my heart goes out to the victims and their families in Florida, and quite frankly to all victims of senseless gun violence. As a parent of 3 children myself, I really can't begin to imagine what those families are going through. But it's important that we're clear about this issue as it relates and pertains to this campaign. I am running for the judiciary. And it is not the court's role to write new laws or to rewrite existing laws. That is the role of the legislative branch, and I'm confident that they will continue to consider this issue.
Did you feel that you, as the NRA said in an email to Wisconsin voters, they said that you had vowed to protect firearms freedom? Do you feel you vowed to protect firearm freedom?
The entire world can see what I vowed. And it's what I described before. My entire email has been published, if not in newspapers.
And you said there are no promises in that email.
There are the same promises I've made to voters all across the state since mid-June last year, and that is that it is not the role of the court. First of all, it's not the role of judges or justices to insert their personal or political beliefs into the decision-making, and I will follow the law. That's my promise. It's my promise to you. It's my promise to Judge Dallett. It's my promise to everyone in this room here today.
I want to go back to this issue of values, because you have said you've talked about values. You said you haven't talked about specific issues or positions on issues, but you've talked about public education. You've talked about clean water. You mentioned some of them in your opening remarks tonight. Are you dancing right up to the line or are you perhaps foreshadowing how you might rule on cases because of things you've said during the course of this campaign?
Voters have a right to know the values that candidates hold. And I think PolitiFact actually did a very good job of looking at the statements that Judge Skrenak said that I made that were somehow taking positions on issues. And they made it clear, as I've known throughout the campaign, that I don't take positions on issues, that I've stated values because people have a right to know what those are and to know that they're voting for someone who has Wisconsin values. I received that same letter from the NRA. It asked me to take a position. It asked for what was called a position letter. And in response to whatever Judge Skrenak told them, whether it was the email or other conversations that they had.
Did you read his
I read the email, but I don't know what else was said. I know that they sent out to their voters in a piece, not just an email, but a published piece, that he has vowed to uphold their firearms freedoms, to back the agenda of the NRA. That is not something I've been willing to do throughout this campaign. I have not had endorsements because people have asked me to take positions on issues, and I refuse to do that. Wisconsin voters should expect from their justices and judges that we are not going to take positions on issues that are going to come in front of the court potentially.
Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. She is not only dancing along the line, she's crossed the line. Here are Wisconsin's values: honesty, integrity, hard work, follow the golden rule. Those are values. What she is calling values is a liberal activist agenda. She's talked about workers' rights. She's talked about her intention to advocate for the policies that need to be changed in order to protect these values, workers' rights. And lo and behold, she's gotten the endorsement of a number of unions. That's no surprise. She talks about special interests. Clearly, getting the endorsement of a union after you've said that you will advocate for the policies that need to be changed in order to advance workers' rights does go too far.
This recusal rule that we have right now that my opponent thinks is this great rule, it was promulgated by the very group that has paid for our Supreme Court, that has spent millions of dollars buying justices, that has already spent almost $500,000 on my opponent's campaign, and I'm sure there'll be much more coming, millions, so that he can get up there and rule on issues that involve their constituents, which is a lot of issues. This is the state chamber. This is a big bulk of what the Supreme Court rules on are issues involving business. And what they will expect in exchange for the money that they have spent on my opponent is what they have gotten from the people that they've spent it on up until now, which is that those individuals will do their bidding.
The election for Wisconsin Supreme Court is April 3rd. The winner will serve a 10-year term. Next on Upfront, a former Democratic U.S. Attorney General trying to force a special election in Wisconsin.